Hi guys, welcome to Switch It, vlog 3. Here we are back again after a break of 2 days to review what was a fantastic show by KL Rahul, Kings 11 versus RCB. Sudipta, what's your view on today's performance by Kings 11 uh,
It
in
really
the
was an awesome show. KL Rahul ने तो लगा दी सबकी. And what clean hits, absolutely clean hits, more as in not Rohit Sharma-esque, but yes, almost as clean as he hits them out. And that drop by Kohli did really prove costly. And then Bishnoi ka ka bowling, what matlab, the loop he generates, the incoming delivery actually is way more dangerous than the one that spins. So more of a Kumble prodigy kind of a feeling that we're getting.
in a weird way, he reminds me of Piyush Chawla back, from 2006-7 when he
Yeah,
started off, because his leg spinner also does not spin much like Piyush Chawla.
Hmm.
He's more, it's a weird thing that in cricket right now, apart from I think Adam Zampa, I don't see any leg spinner who turns the leg spin really
Right.
big, which is very
Chahal does.
weird to see. Yes.
Chahal and Kuldeep Yadav does. I mean, they do. I mean,
Huh.
Kuldeep Yadav does have a good loopy leg spinner, and
Hmm.
I think the criticism of Chahal has been that he doesn't bowl the googly often,
We have
right?
seen
And
him bowl the
especially in
googly in the
contem,
last two
we
games.
have, yes, and
Yeah,
that I think
yes.
he has been working on that aspect maybe during the lockdown,
Actually,
and
he has developed
you've been
two
seeing
different
him bowl
kinds of googlies.
more.
One is a faster one,
Okay.
one a rather slower one. So that is
Yes.
even more
No, that
challenging
is
to face.
good because
Yeah.
I think he was increasingly becoming that leg spinner who didn't have a googly in contemporary cricket,
Yeah.
right? And hopefully, this will hold him in good stead once international cricket also resumes. So I think,
But still, going
fanta-
off topic just for a moment, back 20 years back, you saw, bowlers like Shane Warne, Stuart McGill, Mushtaq Ahmed. इन लोगों का leg spin बहुत spin होता था. It used to turn
हाँ.
square, if you remember, right? Even Amit Mishra used to, turn the leg spinner really big. राइट
hmm,
आजकल के जितने लेग स्पिनर्स है मैं देख रहा हूँ एडम जैम्पा हो गया आदिल probably Adil Rashid is the only bowler whose
yeah, yeah,
leg spin turns a lot when he flights it. He rarely
Right.
right.
flights it, but when he flights it, his leg spin turns a lot. Probably
हाँ.
he's the only leg spinner. He's the only exception now. So
Actually,
kind of weird. We have a
actually
whole
number
crop
of
of
leg spinners भी
leg
कम ही हो
spinners
गए हैं.
who bowl.
Comparatively, off spin has dominated the game in the last
For the
few
past
years.
20 years, yes, but I think leg spin has definitely come into vogue in the past, 4 to 5 years, right? And I think T20 cricket has had a huge role to play in that. And also, I think
Yes.
T20 cricket overall, or the increase in limited overs cricket, has, definitely, created this breed of what you can say fastish leg spinners who rely more on the
Fastest
हाँ.
googly,
leg spinners.
right?
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
leg spinners with a slightly more defensive mindset,
Yes,
right? So
where
I
the
think that
stop
has
ball is the flipper
coincided.
and the googly.
Right. So
Yes.
I think that is because it has coincided with a phase in cricket which has skewed heavily towards the limited over format, and then again with shorter boundaries and bigger bats. I think all of that has played a role.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
coming back to the
But
match today, Nishant, what's your view on how the RCB top order fared today?
I think before that, I think like you guys have said already, I think it was a fantastic innings by KL Rahul. I think the way he paced it, right? And also 65% when a batsman scores almost 65% of your team's runs, you just know what an awesome innings he played. I think 120 odd out of 200 something. I think amazing, and
Right.
he paced his innings really well. I think he picked the right bowlers, right? I think he was around 65, 70 or 50 balls, and then he just went bang, bang,
Yeah,
bang.
last
I
two
think
overs, Kings 11 got 49 runs, 26 of
49
Stein
runs.
and
Correct.
23
23
of
of
Dubey.
Dubey.
Yes.
So I think enough will be said about what a fantastic innings Rahul played, and you guys have spoken about it already. So nothing more to add there. But ridiculous captaincy by Kohli, and you guys know I have always been a huge Kohli fan. But I think for the past, you can say 1.5 years, I have not been a fan of his captaincy, right? Whether it is IPL or whether it is limited overs cricket for India. टेस्ट क्रिकेट में वो दिखता नहीं है primarily because I think India currently has a very good crop of fast bowlers, right? And again, I think New Zealand again his captaincy was pathetic even in test matches, right? So I think that is something that I think I just wanted to discuss in our blog today. Ridiculous captaincy for two reasons. One, you have to understand that Dale Steyn is not the Dale Steyn that he was, 5 to 6 years back. Like pace bhi kam ho gaya hai. So the only way you can leverage Steyn in this team is to, have him bowl with a new ball and maybe finish off his overs by the 13th or 14th over and hope that he gets a couple of wickets for you, right? And goes somewhere around 7 to 8 runs per over. If Steyn is able to do that, then great. But if Steyn is not able to do that, then I think RCB have to be smart in the selection and consider Morris in place of Steyn, right? I say that because Steyn bowled the 19th over today, and RCB has one of the weaker bowling lineups in this IPL because fast bowling में backup कोई भी नहीं है. Steyn का एक ही backup है. I mean, as an international fast bowler, that is Chris Morris, and again we know that Chris Morris, can be 50-50, right? Like he can swing this way and that. And Indian fast bowlers में आपके पास मोहम्मद सिराज है, right? So you have one bowler. You had one bowler in the team today who could bowl Yorkers, which is Navdeep Saini. And ideally, he should have bowled the 19th or the 20th over. It didn't make any sense, to bowl Shivam Dube the 20th
Saini ने भी
over.
last over अपना 5 out of 6 were slower ones and he got it out of the park.
He got it out of the park, but at least he is the only bowler with a known ability to at least try out Yorkers at the depth. अब किसको, because उमेश यादव को तो हम 7-8 साल से देख रहे हैं, right? उमेश यादव को अगर आप डेथ बॉलर बोल रहे हो, then there is something seriously wrong in you as a captain. And also for any cricket fan watching who considers Yadav a death bowler, I think I don't know what sport they've been watching, right? Second, I didn't understand why would you want to tinker with the batting lineup, especially when you are chasing a score of 207. I mean, Kohli, RCB has to believe that Kohli is the best batsman and he should be playing the maximum number of overs. As simple as that, right? And I think we've been seeing for the past two matches thoda bahut rustiness hai, which will go up, which is fine. I don't want to discuss too much on that, but I think Kohli at 4, didn't make any sense. Maybe the thinking was कि ठीक है, नया बंदा है, just give him the freedom to just go out and play some shots. Maybe that was the intent because you're chasing a big score. But again, you ideally would want to have your best batsman at number 3 and someone who has had a proven track record while chasing such totals both for RCB as well as for India. So why wouldn't you back yourself? And again, these are just two reasons amidst the myriad of reasons where you can actually question Kohli's captaincy. So
Kohli did not tinker with the 11 this time. That's a surprise.
So my 2 cents on Kohli. My 2 cents on Kohli's captaincy. I have never been a huge fan of his tactics as a captain, as a leader. We have probably seen that over the past 10 years, this is his 9th or 10th year as the captain of RCB. So few things which he has done wrong from the planning stage is the fact that during the auction they did not go in and pick up one or two good fast bowlers. They should have done that first of all. That's a huge mistake. Second, I don't really understand the point of playing Joshua Phillips instead of Parthiv Patel. I mean, Parthiv Patel is somebody who can, steady your innings around all the, aggressive players like Padikkal, Finch.
He has in fact given a very good start more often than not.
Yes. And in the past seasons, we have seen him consistently clocking 300, 350, 400 runs for RCB, right? And he's a pretty safe person behind the wickets as well, at least for 2020. So, I don't see the point of leaving, an experienced player like Parthiv, which gives you the option of playing Morris and Steyn both then. So you can actually drop Joshua Phillips and, play Morris instead of him. So, that part I don't really get.
But Mohit, तुझे surprise नहीं होना चाहिए because if you look at RCB's history and also I think Kohli's selection of players in the IPL, he has always had a predisposition towards players who are being talked up in the press. And Joshua Phillips happens to be one of them. right?
Yeah.
तो वो selection देख लेना. Last year I think Stoinis was this, next big thing.
Stoinis and
Stoinis comes, Stoinis goes, right?
correct.
Then that Taimal Mills, or maybe I'm pronouncing his name wrong, Timal Mills or whatever. I think again, the press talked about him, this next big bowler in T20 cricket, had a great BBL, he's a T20 Globetrotter, RCB bought him, and again, he just went push. So I think that has been a predisposition of RCB, so we shouldn't be surprised by that. Okay? And in all likelihood, I think Joshua Philippe, will
Will
play
also play 5-6 games, fail, and then be forgotten.
But to your point, I think absolutely.
Joshua Phillips is right now probably next in line for the wicketkeeper batsman of the Australian team. So
इसका भी थोड़ा luck खराब है ना. It's not about the quality of the player. Like Stoinis has been a regular feature for Australia, has won them matches. RCB bought him after Stoinis played that amazing innings in New Zealand where he almost won the game for them. Right? Yeah. So a player की quality को ऊपर मैं नहीं बोल रहा हूँ. I think it also is down to luck of RCB that these big budget buys or these players who they really talk up before the tournament, they just fizzle out.
They have a knack of getting
untested. I have a different view on that. I don't think as a leader, both Kohli and the team management, whoever the coach is, right, or has been throughout the years, they have not been able to give a clarity on the role these young players have to do. Like what was Joshua Philippe doing at number 3 today? वो number 3 पे क्या कर रहा था आज, right? Tell him that boss, you are number 5, number 6 for the.
वो उसका position है. वो उसका पोजीशन है. बीबीएल में भी वो
बीबीएल में ही plays at the top order.
So exactly.
So then that brings even larger question marks. That has Kohli now thought that he'll play Padikkal, Finch, and Joshua Phillips at 1, 2, 3 throughout the season.
That is where I think RCB has to go back to the drawing board, because if you want to trust Philip, and if he continues to play at 3, then Kohli has to open. And maybe you have to get in a Moeen Ali in place of Aaron Finch. I think.
Correct. You have Moeen Ali, you have Chris Morris. These two people will add bowling options as well, because RCB needs 25 to 28 overs in the bank, because they don't have that many reliable bowling options. So the less reliable bowling options you have, the more number of bowlers you need in the team, right? So अगर आपके पास उमेश यादव है, मोहम्मद सिराज है या स्टेन है, whom you can't bank upon bowling 4 good overs, right? So then you need more bowling options. It's quite logical.
Absolutely.
Right? So then it's all the more important that you play Moeen Ali, Chris Morris along with the bowlers you have, right? So I mean, it's kind of flustered. I'm really shocked, by the way, thought process of the RCB team management, not just Kohli, but the team management.
Exactly. I think
they're going as per script. They've been doing that over and over again every year, and there's absolutely no change happening.
Plus, I really don't understand. Washington Sundar plays in the side, and he hardly bowls. He is somebody. He's one of the best power play. He's one of the best power play spinners in India.
We need to discuss it.
He is one of the best power play spinners in India, Washington Sundar. I've seen him bowl, since 2017, 18. His record in the first 6 overs even for India, not just for in the IPL.
I'm saying that is when we started taking notice of him. I mean, Washington Sundar.
Yes, exactly, and he never bowls. He bats at number 7. I'm not clear what his role is in the team.
Also, guys, I think Washington Sundar, when he plays for his local team in the TNPL, or even when he plays in the Syed Mushtaq Ali tournament for Tamil Nadu, he opens the batting. He's not someone
he can be the Sunil Narine of RCB.
Not even Sunil Narine थोड़ा extreme comparison हो जाएगा, because Sunil Narine is a pure play power hitter.
Of the same quality. I'm saying he can be.
आप number 7 पे, आप simple सा बात है, आप number 7 पे किसको कैसे type के player खिलाते हो? Someone who can tonk the ball around, as simple as that in T20 cricket, right?
Look at all the
good T20 teams. He's not that.
Sundar is not a striker of the ball.
If he has to play as an all-rounder, and you really want to leverage Washington Sundar's batting, he has to bat at he has to bat in the top order. उसको एक free license दे दो कि जाके भाई तुम मारो, ठीक है, जो भी तुम्हारा runs होगा वो bonus runs होगा, ठीक है, and 1-2 over power play में डालो. That should be his role, ठीक है. Otherwise, if you're not going to give him the opportunity to do either, then he doesn't have a place in this squad at all. right?
Correct,
Maybe
correct.
RCB has to find a way of playing Zampa and Chahal together. We saw that. I had told you guys before the start of the season that I think spin is going to play a huge role, especially wrist spin. And I think increasingly we are seeing that play out. Yesterday, I think Rahul Chahar had a good game. Bishnoi and Murugan Ashwin had a good game. Chahal again had a good game. And in these big boundaries, I think a bowler like Adam Zampa is someone who can help RCB control the middle over. So even if they do not find a good death bowling option, at least they can afford to give say 40 runs in the last 4 overs, but at least control the middle overs to an extent. अभी problem क्या हो रहा है ना, batsman चहल को तो देख के खेल रहे हैं, but बाकी जो उस end से आ रहा है, आज ठीक है, शिवम दुबे was okay, and maybe Rahul was maybe just trying to pace his innings up. But other sides like Delhi Capitals or maybe someone like an MI who have a really strong middle order, or maybe a Calcutta, they'll just go after this bowling attack right from the 12th or 13th over. Okay? And I think you will see a lot of teams post scores in excess of 180, 190 against this RCB bowling lineup if they are not going to do anything about it. And most likely they will not, because they should have addressed it during the auction phase itself. I'm sorry, I'm just going on a long rant, but it is extremely frustrating.
They actually had got KM Richardson, who backed out at the last moment, and they're little out of options now.
भैया problem वो नहीं, आप auction में कर क्या रहे हो? मतलब it's as if no one told RCB that their weak link is bowling when it is visible to everyone who has viewed the team over the past 4 to 5 years, na?
I still think they have a better bowling lineup than a couple of the sides in the IPL. It comes down to how well you you can use your resources.
You can use your resources. I'm not denying that.
I'll tell you, they have got 4 all-rounders. They have got Sundar. They have got Shivam Dube. They have got Moeen Ali. They have got Morris. Right? 4 all-rounders who can together easily bowl 10 overs. Right? So you have to find a way to play those 4 together somehow. Since you don't have great bowlers anyway. Right? And the only certainty as a full-time bowler in this squad is Chahal. And to an extent Zampa. That's it. Right? And Sani. But Zampa is a one-dimensional player, right? So my point is that you should play Sani, you should play Chahal plus one bowler. Could be Umesh Yadav, could be Siraj.
Umesh Yadav on these tracks in Dubai, I think जब भी वो successful
Umesh Yadav, if you're playing, you have to assume that he'll bowl the first 3 overs. That's it.
Even first 3 overs, I think doesn't make sense because the ball is not swinging. Like you guys would have seen this IPL, ball is not swinging. And also,
so play somebody else. But my point is that
exactly
RCB needs 7 to 8 bowling options. They have got 4 all-rounders in their squad. They have to find a way to get them into the playing 11. As simple as that. That's it.
Exactly. Right? So I think next match, what do you guys think would be the changes that RCB could bring in? Maybe I think Morris is going to come in place of Stain.
I think Morris is definitely going to come in.
And Siraj in place of Umesh Yadav, because the point I was trying to make earlier was that
as bad as Umesh Yadav in the past, and probably was.
Maybe the role. See, there are 2 observations I have based on previous seasons. Right, Umesh Yadav has had a lot of success in Chinnaswamy, right, as a new ball bowler. Whenever RCB have played away games, he has not really taken those many wickets either with the old ball or with the new ball. And most of his wickets have come with the new ball, and that is because I think वो 8 p.m. जब start होता है, I think the ball swings around under the lights at Chinnaswamy. We all know that, and that is why I think Umesh Yadav has got a lot of his wickets. Siraj has gone for runs. I'm not disagreeing, right? If you look at the economy, if you look at the utility of Siraj, right, maybe it is difficult to argue that he's better than Yadav at this point of time. But I think he could flourish in a different kind of a role that RCB could give him. Maybe don't give him the new ball. And that is where I think Mohammad Siraj has gone for a lot of runs. First 2 overs, 30 runs, 35 runs. And you look at the trend of Siraj when he played with Sunrisers and then when RCB bought him, he has gone for a lot of runs when he has bowled with the new ball.
If you're expecting your premium fast bowler, as in one of your full-time fast bowlers, to not bowl at the start and not bowl at the death, as in Siraj has been splurging at the death.
Start with Sani and Morris, maybe a couple of overs. Then Mohit made a very good point that you have Washington Sundar who could bowl in the power play, because और आप उसको कहाँ batting दो? कोई batsman अगर set होगा, I think Washington Sundar would be a piece of cake for that person. So the only way I think Washington Sundar could really provide his utility as a bowler is in the power play, like he said. So I think you
हाँ.
have to find a way of making sure that, to Mohit's point, कि 28 overs रहने चाहिए bank में, and then also try and make those changes within the power play itself, so that at least you save up the overs of these bowlers who you have designated as your death bowlers towards the end, right? Maybe,
Yes.
Morris 17, Siraj, and end with Saini, or some combination of that, and then maybe give them, give these three bowlers maybe a couple of overs or 3 overs during the middle overs, maybe 10 से 14
Right.
के बीच में दे दो. That is how I think RCB have to, see, they have, this is the only possibility that I feel where they can optimally use their resources, जो कि already thin है मेरे point of view से.
I think, just a last point on RCB. I said this before the first game as well. And their strength is their all-rounders this year. They have to find a way to play both Moeen Ali and Morris. Take a tough call. Ask AB de Villiers to keep the wickets. Have four solid batsmen at the top. You have Padikkal, you have Finch, you have Kohli and ABD. Top four. Then have three all-rounders. One out of Shivam Dubey or Sundar, and Moeen Ali plus Chris Morris. 7, and then play 4 bowlers. Right. Then you will have 7 to 8 bowling options. Juggle around with them, and hope for the best. Because bowling quality they don't have. When you don't have that much quality, you need more options. And, as a captain, Kohli needs to have those options. Kohli can't go into a match with 5 or 6 bowling options. He need at the minimum 7 or 8 bowling options. So, that's about it, for RCB. I think Kings 11, really came out all guns blazing. I like the way, Rahul and Mayank built the innings in the first 10 overs really solid. KL Rahul, you expect a player like KL Rahul, who's probably the best talented, young player in India at the moment, to to do what he did in those last 3-4 overs. That was not a surprise to me, honestly. I was, while I was counting the number of balls left, and KL Rahul still out there, my guess was that they'll get to 190. They got to 15 more. Purely out of the striking power of Rahul. I think the one weakness which they have is that after number 4, you are down to Karun Nair and Sarfaraz. And I'm not very sure, the day they lose a few wickets up front, right? So if they are 2 or 3 down early on, then then they'll start to look a bit shaky. So I'm sure Anil Kumble would be looking at that, that squad, and trying to fill in, one solid player at number 5 or 6, because there will be 3-4 games over the course of the tournament where you will need a strong contribution. KL Rahul alone will not take you to 7 or 8 games, win you seven or 8 games on their own. So that is probably one weakness which Kings 11 need to plug in. Bowling top class, Cottrell and Shami are probably
the best no ball attack this IPL.
The pair right now. Yes. Plus the fact that they have a really good combination of Rahul and of Bishnoi and of Maxwell. So they have the leg spin and off spin both. Murugan Ashwin, I'm not sure whether I'll continue with him in the in the upcoming games, but then he did well today. So let's see how their bowling goes. But yeah, I mean, Kings 11 look like a solid team, with a couple of weaknesses right now.
Yeah. So I think it was a perfect game for Kings 11 today, right? Especially coming off that heartbreaking loss against Delhi Capitals, which maybe if they had avoided a couple of tactical mistakes in that match, right? And maybe I think if Chris Jordan did not have a bad match with both the ball and the bat, I think Kings 11 should have won that match, because I think they looked like a team which was more in control even in the last game, right? And so I'm not surprised by this performance from Kings 11, right? Mohit, completely agree to your point that it should come as no surprise. I mean, Rahul's innings was absolutely brilliant to watch, especially some of the sixes. And guys, we have to emphasize on the fact that these are not small grounds. We are not playing matches in Chinnaswamy, or we are not playing matches in a 1K day, right? ये काफी बड़े grounds है. I mean, each side of that boundary was like almost 70 yards or so, right? And so
65
to
plus
clear those,
around.
exactly, and to clear those boundaries, and by the distance that he did against Dale Steyn, who on paper is probably one of the finest fast bowlers the world cricket has ever seen, if not the best of our generation. I think it was absolutely a treat to watch, right? And I think the way he paced his innings, I think all of this augurs really good for Kings 11. Like I said, brilliant new ball attack with Shami and Cottrell. And I think these two bowlers have been splendid with the new ball for their respective teams over the past 1.5 years, right? Cottrell, I think, is also developing slowly but surely into a good death bowler. I've seen him take on that role for West Indies in the few matches that they've played and also in the CPL, right? So he's definitely working on that Yorker and that slower ball. So hopefully, that should address the death bowling woes for Kings 11. However, Jimmy Neesham, I really like Neesham the cricketer, but I mean to go in with Neesham as a pure bowling option, I'm
He
not too
had to
sure
come
about that.
instead of Karun Nair. I think that is
Yes,
one thing which they missed. I think he's a good hitter of the ball. Not as good
absolutely.
as Corey Anderson, but he's a
He's a
second best.
very good. He's a good. I
Yeah,
mean, utility
good.
cricketer.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Yeah.
I think Jordan
I
Cole,
like
you
the
have to
fact
get
that they
Jordan
are
back.
playing both Maxwell and Neesham at the same time. That's a
But there are
good thing.
death bowling will still be an issue, Mohit, because see, like I said, like we discussed in the last match as well. I think Shami is a fantastic new ball bowler. He has a good bouncer. He can be a good death bowler as well, right? But I think batsmen will still fancy their chances against a Shami rather than someone like a Bumrah or a Jordan or some of these
Correct.
bowlers who have a good Yorker.
I think
And Shami
with
has a good
Kings
Yorker, but he
11,
doesn't execute them. He doesn't
right, right.
execute them often enough.
I think
That
with
is the
Kings
problem.
11, the depth is the problem, both in batting and bowling. Number 5, 6, weak with Karun Nair and Sarfaraz. Bowling also, your 5th, 6th options at the depth are not very
Yeah.
great. So depth
Right.
is,
Depth is a
some
concern.
sort of an issue right now. But I'm sure, Kumble is there, so I'm sure they'll figure it out tactically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. I
So
think
moving
to
on
just end this
to,
vlog,
yeah,
to
yes,
just end this vlog, I think just remembering Dean Jones. I think tragic loss for cricket, and it was a shock. I mean, I was just reading about it in the news, and it seems that he would have been covering the game today in the
yes.
IPL select
He was
dugout.
with the Star Select.
Exactly. So I
Yes.
think it is a really tragic loss. But I think very fond memories of him. The first time I think I saw Dean Jones, the commentator, was in the 2004 India-Pakistan series when they branded him as
Correct.
Professor
He was with
Dino.
10
I
Sports
think
for a long time,
he was with
and
10 Sports
his
for a long
going
time.
on, was iconic. Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, very sad.
Exactly.
From
Exactly. And also I think I think this year continues to have more victims. I mean, it's been a tragic year overall, and I think one more name gets added to that list.
I think Dean Jones is
So
one of the people, one of the rare Australians who didn't associate himself with Channel 9, but still went on to become a global
great
face
broadcaster.
as far as
Yeah.
an broadcaster expert is concerned. One of the rare people who never went to Channel 9 and still made a name for himself.
Yeah,
So he was a
absolutely.
pioneer in that sense.
Also
Yeah,
won two titles as a coach in the PSL with
correct.
Karachi and
Yeah,
Islamabad, right? And it's a very neglected aspect of I think Dean Jones, the cricket personality. Everyone knows him as this iconic ODI cricketer for the double century in
correct,
the
correct.
tied test at Chennai. And of course, he made his name in the broadcasting domain. But I think he was a good coach as well, and I think the two titles that he won in the PSL for his teams is a testament to that. So
You're right.
just rest in peace. I think Professor Dino. I think the cricket world is definitely going to miss a really good commentator and a broadcaster. Uh, so yeah, closing words from you guys on the game tomorrow.
Yeah.
Sudipta, I think, is having some audio issues.
Yes.
Okay.
So tomorrow we
Okay.
have CSK versus Delhi Capitals. Again, very good match. I think Shreyas Iyer will try his best to put up another win on the table. And go right at the top. Uh, and Delhi Chargers look like the team to beat this year, given the depth of talent they have in their side. So let's see tomorrow what 11 does CSK play. A lot of question marks over that. Whether Prithvi Shaw,
To be more important for CSK than Delhi. I think for a change,
yes,
Delhi will start as favorites tomorrow.
correct,
But
correct.
you would be a fool to write
I
off
think most I
CSK
think most sides start as favorites with against CSK this year. CSK
this
really
year.
have to have to get their team right. To I'm not sure whether Bravo is still fit or not. So that is something which we'll have to see whether they play
I
Imran
think
Sai or not.
team
So
B or tactics B. I think less said
yes,
about the
team and
tactics in
tactics both.
last
Yeah,
match, the better. A lot has already been spoken about it,
yeah.
and rightly so in the media. So I think CSK do have a point to prove, right? So we'll be back with you guys
And I would
in
really
tomorrow's vlog.
want at least one captain to win the toss and bat first. Because now we have seen a lot of captains win the toss, bowl first, and get hammered.
Get
Go for
hammered and
two
not been
hundred.
able to chase, and not been able to
Correct,
chase,
correct.
right?
So I would like want a few captains to trust their batting unit and go out there and bat first, because we have not seen a lot of dew in these in these conditions, which make a lot of difference, because the lights take effect after 10 overs in the first innings. So dew is there in the
Hmm.
first innings as well. So I don't I would like a captain to go out there and bat first and put up a strong total on the board, instead of just chasing and hoping that my team will chase it down. So
And
yeah,
also
let's see.
now 7 p.m. starts and 7 p.m. starts and due usually starts to take effect 9:30 10. By the time I think
Correct. It's
match
not
almost
7
हो
p.m.
जाता है
start.
अगर
It's
due होगा
5:30
भी तो
p.m. It's 5:30 p.m. Abu Dhabi time.
ah 5:30
Yes.
p.m.
Yes.
Abu Dhabi time. Yeah,
Yes.
sorry, my
Yes.
bad, my bad.
So the
Great, I
game is
think so.
over by
It's a
9
wrap.
p.m.
It's a
Yeah.
wrap. Okay, so I think
Yeah.
let's wrap up. So I think
Yes.
so, guys. We'll see you tomorrow after the Delhi and Chennai match. So I think good night. Till then, so please continue to support us, like and subscribe to the channel, and yeah. So good night.
Bye bye. Good night.